This might be a good time, Nadine, to ask some of your questions.
Absolutely. And we're so fortunate to have you here this week, and you've met with a number of students and faculty, and you've just come at a wonderful time in Millersville's history because we are launching the first ever sustainability conference. Once that is over, I will be launching and directing the Sustainability Education and Research Project, and the mission of that is to educate all members of the campus. Students know what it means to be green, to be eco-friendly, but it's usually housed in this idea of only in the environmental preservation. As we talked about before, my mission is to bring the holistic idea that the United Nations talked about 20 years ago, that it's really the environmental piece, the social justice piece, and the economic justice piece. And so I'm hoping that we can come up with a creative, collaborative way to help students participate in sustainability by somehow bridging this gap between Millersville and water. And I'm open to whatever creative ideas we can come up together so that someday, somewhere in the world, a student from Millersville is sitting where you are and being interviewed and saying, I had this great door open for me and I was able to participate in it.
But they have to walk through it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about international. You can become getting involved in international causes. If you're a nursing student at Millersville, and you can take the path of going and looking for a job and accepting a job in Harrisburg at a hospital and, you know, serving mankind in Harrisburg. That's fantastic, and that's a wonderful course for many people to take. But if you want to take the step out into international, you have to yourself make an active decision that you are going to change your life, okay? You don't actually have to go to Africa in order to participate in this. We are just talking about money and all the implications of that. You can become involved in this by saying, I'm going to try to help drill a well, which costs about $11,000. Or I'm going to try to raise money to do a Buruli ulcer surgery, which costs about $1,500. So some people are more inclined and able and willing to go, and other people can't go for whatever reason. People are married, they are about to have children, there's all kinds of reasons. But you can get involved either way. But the thing is, there's no natural progression, which is, I pick up the newspaper, I apply for my job. You have to actively do something. You probably don't have $11,000 in your pocket. You're a student, but you may know people at your club or your church or something like that. So there's a couple of ways that you can become involved, but in international work, you have to be willing to act. It is not a straightforward. You have to begin by making it up in your mind that you are going to do something. And once you decide to do that, I mean, the rewards are just fantastic. I mean, if you raise $1,500, you know what? Maybe somebody doesn't get their arm amputated, okay? Wouldn't you like to know who that person is? You raise $11,000 and drill a well. You're providing water for 300 people. You don't think you're saving lives? You can look at the statistics of how many people die as a result of dysentery in Africa. And I'm telling you, if you raise $11,000, you won't ever know whose life you saved, but the chances are really good that you saved several people's life.